cleaning, and she understood auras and spiritual things. Like, don't allow everyone to come into your home. She understands all.
Like
this
feminine energy.
Yes, she understood feminine. Like, a woman is supposed to be like this. She understood that, so she taught her daughter that. And trust me, my friend is in one of the most masculine careers ever. She's a pilot. It's a very male-dominated industry, but she still exudes that femininity. I'm not gonna do that because I never saw a woman do that. The template of a woman that was in front of me for a very long time exuded a lot of masculine energy, and I love her for that because that's what she knew and that's what she needed to do at the time. That's why I'm where I am. That's why I can speak this English. So she could afford a school for me. That's why I can do my things freely because she's my mattress when things get shit.
Yeah, your anchor.
Yeah, she's my anchor.
Yeah.
But I know what had happened to me as a woman. There's a TikTok that aired. She's like, girls who've grown up with a very masculine man, how is it looking for a man who has bigger masculine energy than you? And remember, at that same era, there was a lot of women who were raising boys by themselves. So we have sadly, some of these men who are very feminine. So when they find this chick who's like, where are we going? What's up? What's happening?
You guys, that used to be me.
And I'm the type of person, it's so sad that if I panga to do something with a man, we're going to Kajiado.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm ready, we're going.
Yeah.
My friend, if you don't come at 2 p.m., I'll still go.
You are describing me.
But see, that's not right.
Yeah.
Because probably something is happening and I need to understand you.
I hear you.
And masculine energy for women does not do you right. That's why we have women with growth spurts that are weird, women growing these bellies that they're not supposed to. Let me tell you, people think that it's okay for women to be strong, but it actually does not work in your favor.
Is the reason for
masculine? I'm not saying, I mean,
no, I'm kidding.
But it's okay. If it trends, it's fine.
I'm kidding.
But I know that women in their feminine energy look different. They age differently. They speak differently. Like, I wouldn't be speaking like this. I'd be like, hi, my name is Cate.
Smile more.
And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
And I experienced it because I dated someone who put me into my feminine energy.
Ah.
And that's why I knew, I've been operating on this masculinity for a while.
So are you also saying that a man has the capability of understanding that this is a woman who's in her masculine energy and we need it to move feminine? And then also there's a conversation that there's a podcast I was watching. It's called, I don't know if you know it, it's called Dear Future Wifey on YouTube.
I've seen the snippets.
I love that podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a lady who came on there. His latest, Lateras is his name. His latest podcast is about this lady who's talking about femininity, coincidentally enough. And then she says there's a huge difference between a high value man and a high earning man. Yes. Yeah. So even when we talk about a man who's moving you from a masculine energy to we're not talking about money. Money is amazing. But we're not talking about him moving you at your feminine era where you don't have to work now. You're just... So, like, I guess maybe my question is, like, what exactly did this guy do to move you from strong, independent to, hey, like, what was that journey like?
I would say money is like beauty. It's relative. It's relative. To some people, they like that chocolate blonde hair stuff. There are others who like black hair with this kind of color.
Excuse me, did you just describe me?
Yeah. Money is relative. It's like beauty.
Yeah.
Someone finds this enough, others don't. So for me, I haven't jumped off, I haven't jumped into femininity kabisa, but I experienced the feminine side of me. Now, seeing someone, I think it was 2021 into 2022, and it was so beautiful how I barely did anything in the relationship. I was just me. And they adored me for me. And I'm a woman who drives herself everywhere.
You were receiving.
Let me show you how much I was receiving. I'm the kind of girl, let me first define myself. I'm the kind of girl, I told you, if we're going to Kajiado, you'll find me there. Nimejiendesha, ama nimepanda matatu, nimejua, nimefika tu. I teach myself, I haven't learned how to change my tires, but I'm the kind of person, I'll do it myself. I would love to have a man to walk with me, but most of the things I do myself. I'm so used to it. It's not right, but I'm used to it. And this person, I was so feminine, I wasn't ordering Ubers or anything. It was, baby, I am here, I need something. The car is outside, it's waiting for you. I want food. it's outside. It's coming for you. I'd be somewhere and I'll say my leg hurts. We're in public massaging Kate's leg.
You did what?
We're in public massaging Kate's legs, my legs.
So you stopped walking with a broken leg?
Yeah. So he's massaging my feet. I'm cold. It's a coat. It's constant care.
Have you seen what you say there?
Yeah.
Care, but like constant.
Constant care. And I'm in my feminine, like I'm being fed. You see that being fed grapes like that? I'm being fed grapes. There's a time.
Does he have cousins?
I know. We need to we need to review that story. There's a time I complained how tired I was. It's like, I feel tired. I've been working, nini. I just complained. I was like, mi nasikia nimechoka, I'm tired, da da da. It's like, okay, pole sana, you just stressed, we'll talk. The next time we're hanging out, massage oil. It's like, I'm giving you a massage today. It's like, why? So you said you're tired.
Oh, wow.
Yani, I was
Super
catered to.
thoughtful.
I literally, my tone was much lower. I was speaking like this. Hi, how are you? I was like that. And something I hadn't experienced in my 20 plus years. How the hell was I that stuffed? I was soft spoken. Me.
I hold you.
Imagine. I was soft spoken. I was sweet. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Baby, what you need?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
That was me.
And like, you know what's so wild?
Yeah.
That there's this, I came across this notion the other day.
Yeah.
Where like the strong version of a woman or the independent version of a woman is being in her queen energy. You know how women are, I'm a queen, I'm the queen of my castle. When you come to me, come correct, I'm a queen.
But that's a queen without a king.
No, it's fine, even if he has a queen. But then then there's also this other energy of like princess. Yeah?
No, I disagree.
I'm telling you about a notion I came across.
It's a notion, but I think it's a wrong notion. Let me tell you why. The queens who have kings and kings who lead, they're always defending. They're always like it's. Let me tell you an example. We were out and it was raining.
So this is the same person?
Yes, we were out and it's raining and we were by a tent. So of course water will spill. Guy stands up and covers me.
Umbrellas you.
Walai. So I'm never in the shits.
I've never been umbrella.
You need to experience it. And I keep on telling women, you need to experience good men who go out of their way to make your life so simple. And guys would be mad.
I think I would say that's my brother.
And you see, that's the thing. People would think that, oh, that's a man who's serving me. Funny, that's a man who I'm feeding. No. This guy had more money than me.
What do you mean feeding? Like you are the one taking care of him?
People would think that that's a man that I'm feeding. But funny enough, no. I have met men with so much, more than I do, and they serve me. Like he'll bring me this cup. It's like, baby, this is what you wanted? It doesn't feel like it's nothing. He's like, I like it when you're happy. Move from upstairs to downstairs. You want a glass of water? Nimeendea chini, nitakuletea. Si kitu kwangu. So napenda kufanya.
So you're saying that's a man in his rightful masculine energy.
He doesn't mind it. And that's why I'm telling you, with queens, remember when a queen has a solid king, he's like, this is my wife. You will respect what she says. The decisions she says will be done. Like lay a red carpet so that she walks. Let my wife walk fast. Like are there soldiers guarding her? Is she okay? Did she eat what she needed? Did she get the silks of her gowns that she needed?
Yeah.
Did she get her oils? Her perfumes are in set? Are there soldiers running before her before I come? Like this guy has made sure your life is smooth. And it's not always financial. And that's the thing, people think it's financial. It's just that.
So high value is not high earning. But you can be high earning and have high value.
Yeah, it's possible to have both.
Yeah.
But then I've realized high value has nothing to do with the money.
It's about the person.
Yeah. And me, I won't lie, it works better when he's serving me and loves it when he's doing it. That you pouring me a cup of water doesn't make you feel less of a man.
That's women business.
Yeah, because I'll cook everything. Imagine I've slaved mukimo and the wax. And then be like, what time you serve? What's the problem with that?
Or wash dishes.
You know, what's the problem with that?
All right, cool. So I think as we were talking about like femininity and womanhood, what's your stance? Or rather, this is a tension, like, would you build a man or date an already built man?
Where?
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 First of all, before even okay, so I used to have this colleague, yeah. She's
Yeah.
like Black American,
Yeah.
but living in Kenya. So she says, whoa.
Whoa.
And like it's where, so she can't say it. So she says, whoa. So when you say that, I thought of her. It was really, really funny. Anyway, but yeah.
Right now, there's a big preaching all over. Oh, don't be Barbara the Builder. Don't be a pick-me-sha. And my mom,
Construction.
I know. And we had this discussion with my mom. It's like, sometimes the thing about life is not a plateau. It doesn't follow a certain route. Just like the economy. Who the hell knew COVID was coming? Unless the elite people knew. The elite knew it was coming. But a lot of us are, with the discourse, we don't know what's going to happen. And you're with someone who's built already, and then they fail. Or economy
No,
happens.
but we're talking about like when you're
Let me get there.
on the onset of meeting someone.
Let me get there.
Yeah.
So you meet people. There are people who are accomplished, they're doing well. But then one time it fails. Higher. So you're impressed by what they've made. Higher. And then there are others, you grow someone. We've had those journeys before. You've been with him when he was in Kibera. Mkipanda matatu za Runda mfike ama za Karen anakusahau.
Kibera to
It
Karen.
happens.
It cross the road.
It happens. Others along the journey to Karen or to the posh place, you'll lose the journey. I have built someone before, and I feel it's very unfair for women to meet half-baked men. Yes.
That's a strong statement.
Yes, it is, but it's the truth. It's very sad for amazing women, strong women, women who work hard, women who are loving, to meet half-baked men because they will not reach their full potential.
Who won't? The woman or the man?
The women will not reach their full potential, and they will not enjoy this man in his fullness. We've had those stories where, I've been with him for 13 years, and then he met another girl in 1 year and married her. So all you were doing was preparing him for the
But
actual
can I
course.
introduce a tension moment?
Yeah.
So you attract who you are.
There's that.
So you can't say that someone met a man who was half baked, to quote you, and the woman was fully baked. There's just like, she had to have had a shadow part of her that was unhealed. And I learned this through therapy, that this whole podcast is about my therapy journey, by the way. Yeah.
We are plunging into your therapy.
Yeah, like I have gone through deep therapy to literally change my entire mindset.
That's good.
So pre-therapy, I would have agreed with that notion because I would have looked at myself as a whole woman. But was I really? You understand?
You're speaking from a point of privilege.
And that no, therapy is not privilege.
No, it is. Because the girl in Kibera can't afford therapy.
There's free therapy. I had a whole thread about this on social media.
Why the hell would I go for
free
therapy?
counseling sessions.
Why would I go for therapy when I'm looking for food? There are priorities. You're speaking from a point of privilege.
Listen.
Yeah.
Therapy is food for your mind and your soul.
But when you don't have food in your stomach, your thought is to feed your body fast.
100%. But therapy doesn't mean you have to have money to pay for therapy. And I think that's one notion and myth I want to bust right here, right now. Because I literally even asked my own therapist, like, is this a privilege that I'm able to access therapy? And she was like, no. Even in the, I don't want to use a negative term. Even in people who are underprivileged in their living areas and surroundings, there's clinics and centers. How do I know this? I've also worked in a non-profit organization, and we've been able to access underprivileged girls and women, and we provide this service. So it is there. So like, it's more like, are you ready to receive help? So obviously in the spectrum of basic needs, food, clothing, shelter comes first.
Yes.
That's 100% given.
Yes.
But in this context, we're talking about a woman who is meeting a man who has not who's
met her standards or could elevate her the way she would. Okay.
So in such a case, for that woman to be able to attract this man, it means there's a shadow side of her that is unhealed. You understand?
I'll say this, Noni, and I hear you. But I'll still, and I think this discussion we'll have to have it off air because we'll take more than the time that we have. you are speaking from a point of privilege. You don't see it, but I'll tell you why later. We have to have grace for women because the narrative that women have been around, remember religion, society, and everything, have scripted it that women are meant to fix men. When we go for
See, it's a mindset. So we are
and you see, it's been preached everywhere.
So we are agreeing.
Yeah, it's a mindset. It's preached everywhere. It's the woman is to blame. She ate the fruit of sin. That's why we're where we are. And it's at the pivotal point of all things because religion has covered everything, which, you know, it's a different discussion. So we have these discussions when you go for baby showers that just know when you marry your husband, when you have children, you have an extra child.
Is that Auntie Jemima's voice?
No, just in general.
You know, those aunties.
That's aunties in general. And they'd say that you have an extra child.
Right.
And most of the time, sadly, this man is really older than you. So how the hell are you my child when you're older than me? That makes sense scientifically. But the narrative that women need to fix men is preached in every context. The home is made by the woman. If the children are Rebecca, it's the woman. So this nurturing nature, which of course is natural, this nurturing nature is natural for us because we keep children in our wombs for 9 months and then we feed them, we breastfeed them to keep them alive. So our bodies and minds are naturally nurturing.
Wired.
Yeah. And even it was constructed for that purpose.
Yeah.
So that nurturing nature is what we do as well with men, grown-ups. So you see this girl stay with this man for 13 years fixing him or a couple of years fixing him. And he leaves her and go to someone when he's built. When he knows his social skills, he knows how to shower. Sadly, a lot of men don't know how to shower. For real. And I say this, for real. Niggas don't know how to shower. Most of them are taught by their wives. No, I said what I said. So you see this person come out, showered, clean, knows how to manage his money after someone has done all that work. Because the preaching to women in religion, in schools, in everything, in all social forums is that it's her job to take care of me. So don't be mad at her when she's in that relationship for so long because she's been taught to fix him.
So we have a flawed system.
We have a flawed system. It's not working for the girls. That's what's happened. So anyway, back to it. I am not a Barbara the Builder. I'm not one to do that because I've done it before and I'm not going to do it. So the contract is over. It ended. I'm no longer a contractor. I'm not saying I'm going to take finished products, but I'd rather work with someone who's working on themselves as well.
Like both of you are on the journey together.
Yes, because I'm not a finished product. That's the thing. And that's why I hate that question.
And we never can be.
Yes, I'm not a finished product. That's why that question of what do you bring to the table is very condescending. I find it such a condescending.
I agree as well.
It's a condescending question.
In any context, even if it's a job interview.
But for jobs, I understand kidogo.
No, in any context.
Let me tell you why I understand kidogo. Because if I have a multi-million company, of course I need you. I need your labor. I need your skill. And I need your
maybe
prowess.
There's another way of rephrasing it.
Yes, there's a way of rephrasing it.
Okay.
So we need each other. But when you're building someone, I say this to women who like to build, because you see some things are natural, you love it. As you're doing that, be careful you're building the right people. Because the problem with Barbara the Builders and Pikmishas is that those people become so ungrateful. And there's something about men, I don't know what happens to them. When you help them, they look down on you because they don't love themselves.
Some men?
Most men don't love themselves. So when you pick them, it's like when a girl has a one-night stand, they think she's loose. It's like she doesn't have human needs. Right? I was feeling it too. I probably wanted to go down that road, and I chose you. But because I chose you, you don't like yourself enough. So because you don't like yourself enough, you downgrade me for liking you. You see? So you're projecting your insecurities.
Yeah.
Oh, she's loose because she slept with you. So you're bottom of the barrel if she slept with you. That's what you're trying to say. Because that's what you're saying in simple terms.
Yeah.
So for Pikmishas and for Barbara the Builders, I'm like, do it, but do it very carefully. Do it with someone grateful, because people are so ungrateful.
Or do it with the knowledge that this might happen and be okay with.
Could go both ways.
Yeah.
He could leave you or could die.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that.
So I love how you're so passionate about every single topic that we've had today, which brings me to your POV
Podcast.
on POV. But before we get into your podcast, is it strange being the guest at a podcast?
No, it's not. It's a little strange because I'm not the
You're the
one
one
asking the
answering,
question.
yeah.
And then you're digging deep.
Oh no, this
You're
but I told
plunging
you.
deep.
Yeah, I'm a deep person.
Ah,
Like super.
you're plunging deep. And I'm
Yeah.
like, shh.
It's gonna be an entire I think in another life I'm a therapist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. You need
Yeah.
it. It's a very growing career right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I should get into it.
It's a very growing career. It will do
Yeah.
well in the next 5-10 years.
But like, not just financially. I also like for people
The
to
problem with me,
awaken.
you know me, I'm a mountain girl. I'm always thinking about the money.
But I want people to awaken because I
Yeah.
awoke to who I am. And it's so fascinating
Yeah.
that I'm like, I don't want people to live life blind thinking this is just your version. And it's just a cassette. You're just in album 1 side A.
Yeah.
There's album 10 side B. You know? So I think that's let me not stop talking about myself, talking about you.
It's a little
Look,
weird.
did you see what you did there? You
What did I
made
do?
me the guest. On my
It's kind of natural. It's kind of natural.
I know,
You know,
but
'Cause
like, how do
my
you
brain
feel?
is there
I
all
know,
the time.
but like,
how do I feel?
Yeah, being a guest at a podcast
being a guest on a podcast. It's very
when
interesting.
you're the one who's used
Mimi
to,
no ulizo maswali.
yeah, you're the one on the spotlight.
It's fun. Once in a while, I want people to discover me, and I think I needed this.
Yeah.
I needed this. I need people to see me in a different light. And I love it. I love it. And I love to join people's spaces and see what they're doing and how they're doing it. And it's different because the POV podcast, my podcast, is started in 2023. And it should have started earlier. But then, you take your time to
when you're ready.
to dive.
I see what you're doing.
To plunge. You take your time to dive.
Yeah.
But I needed to do the POV podcast because I realized we needed a 360 view of life. Because from where we stand, we judge people. And when I got this was one time I was watching, sadly, a Twilight Worker. When I say Twilight Worker, do you know what I mean?
No, what's a toilet worker?
A lady of the night.
Oh, she's called a toilet worker?
Yeah, a lady in the twilight. That's the time she works.
Okay.
And I was watching one of the stories on, I think one of these media houses, but now it was on YouTube. And I saw why she was doing what she was doing. And I was like, damn, we judge people. Because I was like, no, I feel like Twilight Workers, they're just lazy. I just had that mean notion of why some women sell their bodies. And then she explained how she landed there. I was like, oh my God, I wish we can have a 360 view of why you're where you are, how you landed there.
So not
and
the
your
what,
story,
but the why.
Yeah, because
and
we're seeing
how.
the story from your eyes. That was the goal.
From your point of view.
From your point of view, your POV. That was the goal of my podcast. I see it. So I had to do it. I was like, let's see your life from your POV. That woman, literally a sex worker, is the one who made me start my podcast. Because I saw her life through the eyes of someone who was unprivileged, someone who had no chances, needed to do something for her family, and why she was
survival
doing it.
mode.
Yeah, because I was judging her like, oh, you're taking the easy way out. But then I was like, shit.
Is it easy?
It's not easy.
It's not.
Oh, it's.
I don't think it is at all because every day she has to make the conscious decision to sell herself.
To sell a part of herself. Because you see, it's a slice every day.
Like, it's not physical.
It's
and that's emotional. It's mental. It's the pain. I heard someone say, although I don't have context, but I had someone say that they've been physically abused and mentally and emotionally abused. And she said if she was to choose the lesser pain, she said physical was lesser because the wound it healed.
It heads off, yeah.
But the emotional pain and the mental trauma that she went through, she still carries it 20 years later.
And you tell you, mental trauma is so bad. PTSD is so bad. Have you seen people coming from war or soldiers? That guy is constantly, and people think it's something from the States. Even the guys at KDF, if they ever come home, their conversation is not the same with
First
someone
of all,
else.
mental awareness is not racial. It's not regional. It's us as human beings.
But you see, it's been glamorized in America so much. Here, we don't have those conversations.
Yeah.
So when you hear PTSD, you think it's an American issue.
Yeah.
No, it's here.
Yeah.
And to agree with that, women who have been through trauma and violence and physical or emotional abuse behave almost the same way as someone who's been in a war.
Because they've been in a war.
Yes. And it's sad. It's scary to say the least.
Yeah.
It's just scary. It doesn't have another word. It's just scary.
Out of everyone who you've interviewed in either at the POV, can someone say POV, by the way, or
Yeah, I
just
call it
POV?
POV. It's okay.
All right. On the POV pod or in your media career, who is the one person who you interviewed and their story impacted you so much that you remember it till date?
Damn. I feel I've interviewed so many people.
Well, like the one that, you know how you said the sex worker
Yeah.
triggered you to start your podcast?
Yeah, because
So,
she
like-
gave me a 360 view.
Yeah. So like who's the one guest you've ever had who they impacted you in such a personal way that you'll always remember them?
So many people. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I really can't put a finger on it.
Okay, top
They've been
three.
all amazing experiences, one way or another. They've opened up. Others made me mad. I never want them in my studio ever again.
Really?
Yes. There are people I never want to see in my studio again. It's like, thank you, don't come back. Yeah, it was shitty. Because some of them come with attitudes and things like that. But overall, they've been such warm beings. I think I've learned so much from so many people. For me, as much as I'm doing my podcast, I feel like I'm getting free lessons. I'm in my own university. I'm in the POV university. I'm learning every time. So for me, it's been learning. Oh my God. Damn, I feel so bad that I can't pick one person. Feel so bad.
Okay, you don't have to say someone, but you can say like what they said.
Yeah.
Because we don't want people to be like, I thought I was the best guest you ever had.
I
But, like,
know. And that's the thing. I don't want to do
maybe
that.
you can express the context of what they said.
There's
that
one, and I'm not
impacted
going to
you.
say because I need to check the timelines of when it was released. But they gave me a hope and a very big glimpse of hope on real love and how it actually works. They're so in love with their wife. It's a man, and he's so in love with his wife that they fill each other's cups. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's full circle. It's, I love her to the deep ends. She loves me to the deep ends. And it's just, oh my God. I was like, can I join your relationship? I'll just be a viewer. I just want to participate.
Yeah.
You know?
Feed
And
off of that energy.
you know, because it's so beautiful. It's
That's so
through
beautiful.
and through. And they see them as a whole person, and she sees him as a whole person, and it's just, oh my God, it actually exists. They're so in love. It's beautiful. Me, let me tell you, if there's something I will remember when I walked in, I was on that grateful aura. And I told you how I had a beautiful experience myself when I was loved. Because I've had such a crazy life. If I'm to ever document some of the things that I've been through, they look like a horror movie.
You should have a POV book.
Ooh. Yee. If
You
some
better
of-
give me a shout out when you release
when I do
it
it,
for
I was
the
like,
idea.
Inspired by Noni Mugera.
Right.
Yeah. Every time I see people in love and happy and grateful, I'm like, wow, you've landed here. So that's one person. The other person, because I've interviewed a lot of artists, is you're seeing the growth of people,
Their journey.
the evolution. Oh my God, that's one thing I've loved about my podcast is that I've got to experience the evolution of people because people's stories from where they begin to now, you feel the evolution. You hear someone,
Before
oh,
and
yeah.
after.
You hear this guy, I used to be with so many girls at one point. Now I love one woman and I believe it's supposed to be
I
like
love
this.
that.
You know? And then you hear this women saying, oh, I used to be very sexually crazy, but now I understand, you know, what my energy needs to be, my sexual energy needs to be. And I think for me with my podcast, I'm really, other than feeding off people's energies, is I'm seeing people in their evolution.
So do you feel like you create a safe space for them to tell their stories?
I think so. I think that's my skill. I think that's my God-given gift. And that's why I told you, embracing. It's like, Kuja, come. I'll give you a hug, sweetheart.
I feel
Kuja.
like getting a hug.
I have that. Like, Kuja, babe. It's all safe here. Yeah.
So as we conclude, all about podcasts,
Yes.
Do you have like a crush on any podcaster, either local or international? Shoot your shot. I'm gonna tell you who I have. I have the hugest crush
On her.
on Fuhad. Do you know this London podcast? What is it? Shits and Giggles.
Yeah, shits and gigs.
Shits and gigs. My God, let me
The
tell
dark
you.
one. What is the dark one?
Yeah, I've been looking at him and just staring. Like I don't even know what he's saying.
Hey, dark men for the win.
You guy.
Dark men have been
Me,
winning.
let me tell you, when
they
I
have
go-
been winning since time immemorial.
When I go to London, because my sister lives there.
Yeah.
So when I go to visit her, I am gonna
Hunt.
Fuhad, I'm coming for you.
Fuhad. Shaskia. They're coming for the shits and the gigs.
Listen, I think you need an African woman.
You know? He needs to
Shitting my
experience.
shot.
He needs to experience East
But
African
anyway,
sauce.
No, I'm not joking.
Do I have a crush?
Yeah. Who do you have a crush on? It could be local as well. It could
No.
be international.
I don't think it's a podcaster.
Nah.
It's not a podcaster.
You don't want to keep podcasting in the family.
No, I am, and I love a lot of Kenyan podcasts. I think the Joyride podcast, that is Ben Psycho and the wife, Wajiro. Jiro. Good job. The Man Talk, good job. Lots of guys doing a great job out here. I love it. Ikonini, those guys make me laugh. They're, of course, legally clueless
Cool, yeah.
by
Adele.
Adele. Couple of great podcasts out there that I really, really love. Still amazing. This one I saw, and I thought he was really handsome, but I don't know his name. But it was a Kikuyu name. Has very long dreadlocks.
A podcaster?
Yeah. He's nominated for this one for some awards. And I saw it on, I haven't even watched the podcast. He just looked nice. I was like, hello.
It's local.
Hello very much. Hello too. Hi, please. Hi.
I don't know who that is.
Even me. I just remember it was a Kikuyu name. And I saw him on Twitter. He's been nominated for an award. I don't remember who the hell he was. But I thought he looked really nice. Yeah.
And then as we now conclude for real,
Okay, for real. Yeah.
What's next for the POV?
Damn.
Or are you already in the journey? Like, what's your aspirations for your podcast journey?
Of course, it's always to grow your audience. Of course, it's grow your audience, but even more so, I think I just want to create a space where people know me and know their guests. Because we're going to give them a different view. We're going to give them something they have never found. And that's the goal eventually. Of course, you want to go international if you can.
Yeah.
You want to go Africa-wide.
Not if, when.
You know?
We're putting it
we
in.
are going international.
It's manifested. It's just, it's going to happen.
Yes. And we want to have African voices heard.
100%.
So much. The more African voices and African stories are
I
told.
actually call myself an African storyteller.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
And I think that's the goal. Have more African stories out there, African perspectives, Africans' POVs. That's it.
African POV.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Thank
I wish you all the best as you
Asante.
plunge into all the POVs under the sun.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you too. I had a good time. Cheers.
Yeah.
We
Cheers.
plunged kabisa.
Deep.
I love it. You have to cheers and drink banana. Cheers.
Okay, cheers.
Atafika, but cheers.
So thanks so much, Cate. And I wish you all the best.
Remember to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah, where should they meet? Where should they find you?
Of course, my Instagram is always Cate Rira. Twitter, the Cate Rira. Queen Cate Rira on TikTok, but I'm starting a new TikTok. It's just Google Cate Rira, utapata kila kitu.
And the podcast as well.
Of course.
Okay. I love
Thank
that
you.
for you.
Asante.
Thanks for coming through.
Thank you too.
Bye, everybody. My name is Noni Mugara. This is the Plunge Podcast. And till next time, toodles.